so much. All right, guys, welcome back. You probably caught me talking to Nick, but oh well. I never know when this thing starts, but we're back here with Ladies First. I'm your host, Amber Vickers. To the right of me, yes, to the right of me, I have a guy that's been on here plenty of times. I'm going to let him introduce himself, plug his things in, and then we're going to talk about some sponsors, and we're going to get right into it.
For all of the new viewers, for those who may be viewing this for the first time, and for those who may have viewed this like probably 100 other times, have seen me here. My name is Nick Andre. I'm a basketball writer, analyst covering everything basketball from high school to the pros. I am a co-host with Amber now on Count the Bucket, and I am also a co-host on No Bucks Given. So make sure to follow me on Twitter at Nick Andre ATR, and yes, check out the link tree in the bio as well.
You guys want to know why I got a link tree? Not LinkedIn, Nick. I got a link tree for Nick because he was like, hey, you can just put everything in here and be like your resume. I was like, okay, cool. So now I have to put everything in my Twitter bio. You just click the LinkedIn tree or the link tree. Sorry, I keep saying LinkedIn. The link tree. And yeah, I just have to update my LinkedIn because I didn't put my new job on there. And people were like, congratulations. You've been here for 7 years. And I was like, oh, I don't work there anymore. So I have updated my LinkedIn. My link tree has not need to be updated. Thank goodness.
I actually need to update mine. I've been procrastinating. I've just been like too lazy to do it. But I'm going to probably do it tonight.
See, we're helping each other out here, Nick.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do 2 sponsors now and 2 sponsors later. So the first sponsor, I cannot bet on NFL games anymore, but you can. So check out mybookie.ag. Use the code USN100 to double your first deposit. You can bet on any and everything. Like I said before, I cannot bet due to my conflict of interest working for the NFL, but you can bet all day long. And if you use the code USN100, you can double your first deposit. Also, sore aching muscles. Check out rxhemp.com. Use the code rxhemp/USN and get 10% off your entire order. It is warm and cool CBD cream. Pay attention to the dosage. It's made with all natural products as well. So check out rxhemp.com. Use the code rxhemp/USN and get 10% off your entire order. Playoff push, the WNBA playoff push. Yes, starts September 23rd. The first 2 seeds get a double bye.
Mm-hmm.
The next 2 seeds get a single bye. And I think 5 plays 8, 6 plays 7. Yes, guys. Yes, I figured out the bracket for the WNBA because it used to did not be like that.
I know, it used to be totally different.
Yeah, and I was like, let me explain this to my viewers so they can get a better understanding. But I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Nick, you can see that, right? Correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't see you, but we're good. One game. It was one game last night. Boo. There was only one game last night, and it was Connecticut and New York, the Connecticut Sun, New York Liberty. Who's going to slow down the Connecticut Sun? Nobody. The New York Liberty needed that game. Nick, I watched the whole game. I don't know if you were able to catch it, but I did. Do you have any thoughts on that game?
I was able to watch the replay, and I'm very disappointed in New York because they had a really good first half. Natasha Howard was killing them in the mid-range. They had a lot of momentum, but, unfortunately, Jonquel Jones started getting going, DeWanna Bonner, the rest of them, Jasmine Thomas. Also, it's scary hours for the rest of the WNBA. Alyssa Thomas is back for Connecticut, so it's scary time, man, especially with Connecticut rolling like this. It's definitely going to be interesting. But, Connecticut's just been on a hot streak ever since that playing tournament. They just seem like they're playing with more of a chip on their shoulder, which is very interesting to me just because I feel like Jonquel Jones just hasn't really been, giving it her all these past, few weeks. So I guess she's maybe saving the rest of the energy for the postseason. But besides that, you got to tip your hat out to Connecticut because they're definitely on a roll. They're the hottest team in the W right now. But like I said, I'm very disappointed in New York just because of the terrible second half that they had. Just giving up so many easy looks to Connecticut. They made the game super competitive in the first half, but they just folded in the second half.
That second half was something else. And I want to say this before we dive into the, Connecticut Sun. They might have 2 players that might have 2 rings. If you guys don't know, we have a newly engaged couple with the Connecticut Sun.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I'm so happy for them. I saw it on Twitter because, I don't have Instagram. So I follow a lot of WNBA pages, a lot of WNBA writers. and I saw it. I said, wait a minute. Letitia Heidemann proposed to Jasmine. My heart I was just bursting with so much joy. Oh, so congratulations to those two. I am super happy for them. And Heidemann said, hopefully, I can have 2 rings.
That's true. Definitely congrats to them. And I want to tip their hat to them as well, just because I don't know how I could work with my significant other, to be honest, being with them every single day. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I would definitely need my space, but hey, I mean, if they can make it work, then, I tip my hat to them.
Yeah, if you guys can, be around each other 24/7, practice with each other. I'm pretty sure they have their space apart. They probably live with each other, which I'm pretty sure they do.
That's the thing. They live with each other and they go on the road with each other.
It's like, ooh, I'm the type of person that I need my space. Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner are in a relationship too. It's kind of like,
and not to mention Courtney Vandersloot and Allie Quigley as well for Chicago. So
they're married, and I'm like,
it's crazy.
Guys, if you can work with your significant other, kudos to you, because at a certain point in my life, I just need some space. I'm not saying we need to break up. People are like, oh, you need space. You want to break up? No.
But my thing is, like, how is that like, on the court? Like, let's say, for instance, one of them, blows a defensive assignment, and then, they go to the bench, and then, now argument goes down, and then it goes back to the house, and it's like, oh my God, it's crazy.
Because, sometimes women can't let things go. Like, women cannot let things go. Depending on what kind of person you are, we can't let things go. So if we look at the film and we're like, okay, so you missed me wide open in the corner for a 3, we could have won the game. I think communication is very key in any relationship that you have. So maybe they communicate very well. The Connecticut Sun look like they communicate very well. And I watch those players on the court. Like, there are 2 couples, like, right? DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas. And of course, Letitia and Jasmine. So I watched them on the court to kind of see, like, okay, like, are they going to argue? I think they communicate very effectively. And if you can communicate with your partner very effectively off the court, on the court, I don't think it should be an issue.
Keep it professional.
Yeah, there you go. They got to keep it professional. So that's interesting, Nick. I couldn't do it, Nick.
I couldn't either. Oh my God. No.
I would go crazy. I
definitely would. I would not be able to handle. I need at least an 8-hour day of work and then come back home or something.
I wonder if they play on the same travel team too. I wonder if they play on the same overseas team as well.
That's interesting. If they do, then they're definitely different.
Power to you, ladies. More power to you, because I have to deal with you all day. I could go into detail about that, but as a woman, but I just won't. It's just women, our emotions sometimes are just too much. Like me, like dealing with another woman on the friendship level is too much. Just imagine having a partner on your team and you guys are dealing with each other constantly. And if you have the same personality, oh my goodness. Like,
that's what I'm saying. So, like, say for instance, like, your team is losing, and then you're on the bench during a timeout, then, an argument starts, and then one person may say something that's out of line, and then it just goes all the way back to the house, and oh my God.
Next thing you know, we're mad at each other. Who cooking dinner tonight? I don't care what you eat tonight. Throw out a pack of ramen noodles and be like, here you go.
It's gonna be awkward. The car ride home is just bad. Oh my God.
But kudos to those ladies who are in relationships with their teammates. And I know that, other ladies are in relationships as well with, different. I want to say I'm right about this. I saw it on Twitter. I think that Candice Dupree and DeWanna Bonner used to be married. They have twins, if you guys don't know. Candice Dupree, and she plays for the
Atlanta Dream.
Candice Dupree plays for Atlanta Dream, but her girlfriend plays for the LA Sparks. I can never pronounce her name. Red hair. She has red hair.
Is it Amanda Zabi? Is it her?
I think they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I think they're in a relationship because I saw on Twitter that Amanda surprised her with balloons for her birthday. I think I liked it, but I've liked it and retweeted a lot. Yeah, she is tall. Goodness. I think they're in a relationship. I think they are. So if they are, thank you, Perry, so much. We appreciate the love, Perry. Perry was good. We're going to get into some WNBA playoff push, but we're talking about these couples right now. I think they're in a relationship. So I'm trying to figure out how does that work too. It's just so much that goes on. Listen, I enjoy my single life, but more power to you guys that are in relationships. Keep going. I'm rooting
Definitely.
for you. All right, this playoff push, Nick, with the Connecticut Sun, 13 in a row. That's what we were talking about before we got off into relationship stuff. But we had to, we had to
You had to
congratulate
get it
them.
off real quick.
Single life to the moon. Yes, Perry, I definitely agree. Because who don't need that stress right now is me. But I really want to see and look at who could compete with Connecticut. 13-game winning streak. They're just hot. After getting blown out by Seattle in the Commissioner's Cup, Nick, they're hot. So, who do you think could even? I mean, we know the top dogs, maybe. I think Minnesota's hot right now too.
Minnesota is hot. Minnesota's definitely hot.
Yeah, Minnesota's playing pretty well right now too. So you got Vegas, you got Minnesota, you got Seattle, and then you got Connecticut, top 4 seeds. Phoenix is playing well.
Yep. Phoenix is right up there, and they've been on a roll too. At the second half of the year. Shout out to Brittany Griner, has been killing it.
Oh my good, and Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Skylar Diggins-Smith, she's been killing it all year.
And Donna Taurasi has been in and out the lineup. She hasn't really been healthy this season. She's been in and out the lineup, and they're still playing very well. Even with Brittany Griner out, they won those games with Brittany Griner out. So,
that's true.
And then you got Chicago. Oh, faithful.
Against Connecticut? I don't know.
I don't know either, tough. But I can't count Candace Parker out.
I can't either.
Happy Candace Parker Day, by the way.
That's true.
Yeah, so happy Candace Parker Day. She was would they give her a key to the city or something like that and made it her day today. So then she did an Adidas event as well and released a new shoe. So happy Candace Parker Day. So much going on for women. I love it. Can Chicago beat Connecticut?
If they do end up meeting in the postseason, maybe Chicago gets one game, but Chicago just has so many issues to me. Sometimes they really let their foot off the gas. Like even like this morning, I was watching like a little recap of their last or like a few games ago against Washington, and we obviously know Washington's hungry for a playoff spot and all that, but just for them for the Mystics to get out to like a really hot start. I want to say it was like a 15, 16 point lead like early in the first quarter, and I'm like, what is Chicago doing? Like they're completely better than this, and then then they had to call themselves back to the game. So we obviously know, with Candace Parker on the floor, they automatically elevate as a top team. They beat Vegas like a few weeks ago on their home floor, but it's just too much inconsistency with them, So I feel like if they do have a chance, obviously Candace is going to have to contribute and lead the way, but then you're also going to have consistent play out of Kalia Copper, Allie Quigley, Diamond Shields, the rest of them. So it really just has to be more of a team effort, more communication for them, because because sometimes I don't know what it is, but sometimes they just like have their slumps throughout the course of each game.
Mm-hmm. I want to believe in Chicago so bad because a healthy Chicago Sky team, I had top 3.
I did too.
I had them top 3, but I think the injuries led to the inconsistency. Claire Copper stepped up. She's actually my top 3 for most improved, if you want me to be completely honest. James Wade had them in a really kind of funky spot, but then they started winning, and then Candace Parker was in and out the lineup again.
That's true.
And it's kind of like, they can't really keep that consistent.
That's the thing about Chicago is that whenever they're like all together locked in, they're dangerous. Like we saw it like a few weeks ago when they had that weekend against Seattle. They blew them out 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at them like, oh my God, like Chicago's here. And then next thing you know, they start blowing a few other games. So it's just an inconsistent pattern with them. Sometimes they're hot, sometimes they're cold. We just never really know what they're going to get from them. But I don't know. I mean, maybe going up against a Connecticut team who is the best team in the league, maybe that might, give them a little extra boost to really come out and play well. So you never know.
The way Connecticut is rolling right now, it's just so hard to see someone beating them. I like Vegas. I like Vegas a lot. I like Seattle a lot. But Stewie's out with that.
Stewie's hurt.
With that mysterious foot injury. And I want to say that they cannot make up for the loss of Bram Stewart.
Oh yeah,
They
without
can't.
question, no, they can't. I don't care how good Sue Bird is. I don't care how good Jewel Lloyd is. Having Stewie on that floor automatically makes you a contender. Not saying that they're not contenders without Stewie, but as far as being able to repeat, that's not going to happen with them.
That's not going to happen without Stewie. And Alyssa Thomas made a statement and said, Connecticut Sun aren't winning a championship without me. And she comes back. She had surgery in January. I had surgery January 2020. And it took me a little longer to come back. But hey, they're getting the best treatment. So hey,
That's
I'm
true.
not going to knock the hustle. And she ended up coming back. Her shots were a little short, but she shoots funky anyway because of her shoulders. But things were a little short, but she looked like she was in game shape, coming into game shape. And that's very dangerous for the league. So I would want to play them. I think their best matchup, call me crazy, is Minnesota.
I like that. I like that matchup with Jonquel and Sylvia Fowles. By the way, Sylvia Fowles has played terrific this year. Shout out to her. She's really led the way. But I want people to also remember last season in the bubble for Connecticut. They played the entire season without Jonquel Jones. They make it to the conference semifinals, and they take the Aces to 5 games. The Aces damn near struggled that entire series against Connecticut. That's without Jonquel Jones. You got to give credit to Alyssa Thomas, DeWanda Barter, and the rest of them. Yes. So now they come back this season. They have their MVP with them. Now look at them now. They're much more dangerous. Now they have 13 straight wins. So when you look at the way that they played last year, now coming into this year with their top player, it's just going to be tough for the rest of the league to really contain that.
I think between Vegas and Minnesota, for me, I think maybe Phoenix can give them a little run for their money. But I'm trying to think. I need a healthy DT. I need a healthy Diana Taurasi for that. And I don't know if I'm going to get that this season. Maybe next season if she does come back, which I'm pretty sure she will. I don't know if she wants to go out like this.
That's true.
Injured, on and off throughout the season.
DT got too much heart, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it. I see her. I think she wants to play a full season, fully healthy before she hangs it up.
She already said that she was going to go back to overseas for 2024 for the Olympics. So.
Oh my! I guess she
said
Tom Brady and play forever, doesn't she?
I guess so.
But I think Sue Bird is kind of ending near the end of her career. Erica Wheeler making her, oh my, she just lost her footing. Like her footing was all bad. Like if you go back and watch the replay, she just stumbles over her feet. And then the face plant, it just didn't look good. We all have our moments.
We all do.
That's a takeaway from Sue Bird's greatness. We all have our moments. But Erica Wheeler at snatchback was, but hey.
Sue went face first. Oh my God.
Oh, that has to hurt. I fell face first.
Oh my God.
Good. Yeah. Nick, it was nasty, and it was all over.
It was just a bad night for Seattle for the rest of that night too, because they got blown out too. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I don't know how far do you think Seattle can go without Stewie? Because if they had Natasha Howard, I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to say Seattle is the 3rd seed, so they get a single bye if that's correct.
Let me look.
I think so.
Let me shut the screen. Let's look at the seeding. Let's kind of try to figure this out. They give us playoff scenarios.
Never mind. They're 4th. Minnesota's ahead of them.
Yeah, Minnesota's ahead of them.
Oh my God. So they do get a single bye. So I would assume they play whoever wins. Like if the playoffs end today, they will play whoever wins between Phoenix and Washington. Mm-hmm. If Phoenix wins and they have to play Seattle without Breanna Stewart, I don't know. Brittany Griner's on a roll. Skylar Diggins-Smith has had a really good year. And then, like I said, it's kind of like we said. We don't know exactly if Diana Taurasi will be available or not. But if she is available, even if she does give you like a good 14, 15 points, that's still momentum for the Phoenix Mercury. So it's just tough though, because Seattle had a lot of expectations, and unfortunately, Stewie ends up having this mysterious injury. So I don't know what percentage I give Seattle this year if Stewie does not return 100%, because I don't know. It's just tough, especially with the way Connecticut's playing. I don't know. I think I'll have to give myself like another few weeks or so to really figure that out.
So Phoenix can jump Seattle, can't they?
It looks like it, yeah.
They're half game back. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it looks like I think Connecticut has number 1 seed wrapped up. Vegas has
Yeah.
number 2 seed wrapped up because Minnesota's 2 games behind. But
Yeah.
Minnesota, Seattle, and Phoenix are all jumbled right there,
That's
right? So
true.
they can kind of shuffle. I think Minnesota holds on to that 3 seed. Call me crazy, but I think they're on a roll.
I think so too, to be honest.
I think Phoenix and Seattle swap.
Phoenix and Seattle. Oh, okay. So Seattle's going to get in that first round game.
I think they are. Without Stewie, let's look at the schedule, Nick. Let's do this. Let's dive into this, man,
Definitely.
because I don't know. Stewie is just such a huge part.
She's huge.
Of what they do, and it's just hard for me to see that. Oh, they play Phoenix on the 17th. Aha! So this game with Phoenix means a lot.
Definitely.
That's the last game they have on Friday. Oh, I'll definitely be watching that. Even though NBA TV is lagging. I don't understand NBA TV sometimes, but whatever. Ooh, so tomorrow night, I'll be tuned in. They play, Seattle and Phoenix play, and I think that game is probably going to determine who gets that 4th seed.
Yep. And
ooh. What you think, Nick?
I'll give it to Phoenix, man, because honestly, I mean, with the way Phoenix is rolling right now, they're looking unstoppable. I mean, I'm not saying that they should be a favorite to win the title this year, but they can definitely make some noise in the postseason, and I think they'll be extra motivated for this game as well, especially get that single bye, because I feel like they would want that the most, and plus Diana Taurasi could possibly benefit off of that as well, having that single bye. So if I'm Phoenix, I'm definitely going for that 4th seed.
I am too. If I'm Phoenix, I want DT to have as much rest as possible, and I want her healthy, which is kind of hard during the WNBA season because, those games just come so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very, very difficult to kind of get the rest that you need for your star players. But if you can, it's worth it. Right now, of course, the Sparks are playing for their playoff lives against Atlanta, the only game tonight. But we got Minnesota and Indiana. We got Washington in New York. We got Vegas and Chicago. We got Phoenix and Seattle on Friday. On Saturday, there are 5 games. Ooh, am I going to move on Saturday? I got college football and the WNBA. Oh, my goodness.
It's a lot of stuff. It's too much sports, man.
It's too much. My eyes can't handle it sometimes. We got Atlanta and Connecticut, Vegas and Phoenix. So could Phoenix catch? No, they can't catch Vegas.
I doubt it, to be honest.
I doubt it. Okay.
Even if Phoenix does win that game, to be honest.
Minnesota and Washington. Washington needs that. Los Angeles and Dallas. Los Angeles needs that. And then Indiana and Chicago. So Phoenix has 2 games left. Seattle just has the 1 game left. Vegas has 2 games left. Minnesota has 2 games left. Ooh, boy. Chicago is set. Dallas is set. And in that AFC, we're going to look at playoff scenarios, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
get it.
Let's dive into that because I just don't understand it. I never do. Okay. So they don't have it updated. Oh, darn you. They don't have it updated. Chicago's locked in with 6 seed. That's all we know. Let's look at the standings and see if we can figure it out, Nick. Let's see if we can.
So do we want to speak hypothetically if the season were to end today and, nobody switched like any positions in the
We could do hypotheticals, but we're gonna throw in teams that need wins. So the 8th seed is a 3-team race between Washington, Los Angeles, and New York. We know New York lost last night against Connecticut. Right now, LA is beating Atlanta by 8 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Washington has 2 games left, correct? Oh my! Erica Wheeler just snatched Odyssey Sims with the same move she snatched Sue Bird. Oh my! That's gonna Nick, get on Twitter.
Hang on. I'm coming.
Oh my goodness! And I've been talking to you, so I haven't been able to watch it. But they showed the replay twice. Erica Wheeler in that elbow snatch back is that Kimball Walker snatch back has not been pleasant to WNBA guards.
Shoot, wow. we might need to see Erica in the playoffs. So hang on, LA. Might want to get that spot.
Yeah, They might want to. If LA was healthy, man, they just dealt with injuries all year as well. So has Washington.
Golly. I
Have you
looked up
seen?
Eric. I looked up Erica Wheeler on Twitter, and the first 10 tweets is the Sue Bird snatchback. Oh my god!
She just got Odyssey too. Odyssey didn't fall on her face, but she fell. She
I'm trying to
stumbled
find it.
backwards and
Golly.
fell. They just showed it, the replay, because it just happened. So let's look on here and see if they even have it on here. Come on, guys.
Okay, I'm seeing tweets now. I see somebody say Erica Wheeler just made Sims touch Earth. So
yes. Come
on, Twitter, let's update.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not updating. I don't know why I don't have it. Who is on Atlanta? I mean, not Atlanta. The Atlanta Dream probably, they're probably tweeted out too, but the LA Sparks media team. Come on, LA Sparks media team. Come on, guys. I don't see it either, but I'm watching the game live. So I was like, oh. And because she should be the first. Come on, guys. Man. It's. Hold on a minute. Yikes. Somebody, Dorothy Gentry, I follow her. She's hilarious.
Shout out to Dorothy.
Yeah, she does so much. She just said, yikes, Erica, but I didn't get the tweet, bro. I need the tweet. I know Atlanta's not going to tweet it.
I know.
That doesn't make sense for him to tweet it. I need the Sparks to tweet it. But we'll find it, guys. We'll find it. But Erica Wheeler just snatched some more ankles. Odyssey Sims, RIP to your ankles. It happens to the best of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's about to get a lot of rest anyway. Atlanta ain't going nowhere, so.
Yeah. Erica Wheeler breaking ankles. Show the video. Can I get the video?
Honestly.
Can I get the footage? Can I get the footage? All right, we'll find it in a minute for you guys. But
just looking at this last seed, Washington, LA, and New York. So basically, if the Sparks do win tonight, I want to say there still be the 9th seed. I want to say.
Yeah.
Jeez,
they have to win again. They have to win. I think they have to go undefeated, and they need the Mystics to drop, go 0-2. I think that's the scenario. And New York Liberty just need a lot of help. That's
true. Oh shoot. Yeah, tomorrow New York and Washington plays. All right, so that's definitely going to be another one up there. So I might I don't know, it's tough. I don't know who I give that edge to be honest.
I don't either, but we know EDD is not going to be playing for the rest of the season. I know that. Yeah. Tina Charles, can she carry them? Natasha Cloud's
been playing well.
Ariel Atkins,
Maisha Hines.
Yes. Can they carry their team into the playoffs? Can they keep that seed? What does their schedule look like? Let me look at it real quick, Nick. Let's look at it.
Well, we know they got New York tomorrow, and I don't know what their last game is.
In Minnesota.
Oh yeah. Oh God. I don't know.
Because I think Minnesota wants their 2 seed bad. For that home court. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They want to take that away from Vegas. So Minnesota's going to be playing through the season. They're going to play through the season. A lot of these teams like Connecticut are probably chill against Phoenix. I mean, not Phoenix, but their last game, they'll chill. Phoenix and Seattle are going to duke it out. I think Minnesota's going to duke it out their last 2 games. Vegas, the remaining games, are going to duke it out because they want to keep that seeding. The only team that's going to chill for their last game or 2 is going to be Connecticut. So it's going to be hard for these teams to get wins against teams that want that home court advantage in that seeding.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Sunday's schedule now. Obviously, LA plays Dallas. I don't know if Dallas is really just going to take it easy on them just because they're already locked in, or do they just just kind of want to be buttholes and just kind of stop the Sparks from getting in?
Yeah, they might. They need some momentum. You need some kind of momentum going into the playoffs. Connecticut has all the momentum. I think those top 3 seeds are fine. Connecticut, Minnesota, Connecticut, Vegas, and Minnesota are all fine. I think Phoenix is fine. I would be worried if I'm Seattle. I got to get a kind of rhythm without playing. Without Stewie. Chicago, I would want a rhythm if I'm Chicago. Dallas, I would want a rhythm. And of course, that A seed is going to be a battle. But those top seeds are fine. They're gonna be okay. If I'm any other team trying to get into the playoff push, I want some rhythm going in. I want to get on that streak. I want to feel like Connecticut feels right now. Connecticut feels unstoppable right now. They just feel like Nobody can beat us, and we have Alyssa Thomas back, so nobody can really beat us.
That's the scary part, man. AT coming back, that automatically elevates them. But it's going to be interesting, how they really figured out, or how Kurt Miller really figures it out, because Brianna Jones has played tremendous this year, and then Alyssa Thomas was like one of your biggest X factors in the bubble last year. So I wonder how they'll make that rotation work.
Oh, they just tweeted it. I'm about to retweet it.
All right.
Boom. Should I share the screen? You want me to share my screen on Twitter?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here we go. Let me get on Twitter. Of course, Sparks tweeted it out. They're talking about ice skating and stuff like that. So, here we go. Let me share my screen. Oh, boy. They showed the replay. I didn't get to watch it live because I love Nick. But if you guys can see this, can you see it, Nick?
Oh, yeah, I'm watching. Oh, my goodness. Slide. She slid.
Ooh.
Jeez.
It's like she did the little 2-step, the Sierra 1-2 step. Look, watch this. Whoops. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. And it's bad when they make the jumper. Like, it's horrible when they make the jumper afterwards.
I know. That's the most embarrassing thing. So now Odyssey's going to be a meme for the next probably week or so. And now she's going to have to wait till this dies down.
Good thing their season is almost over, because man, oh man.
It's bad when you fall like that, when it's like, you're trying to brace yourself, but then you just end up still slipping and sliding. Oh my God.
She claimed push off. Did you see her arm? She was claiming push off. I don't think she put.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that was clean.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes your ankles just get the best of you. It's okay. It's okay. Odyssey, we've all, I don't think I've ever failed. I've never fallen. I can honestly say that.
I've never failed, but I've definitely been dunked on a few times, so I'm not afraid to admit that.
Oh, Nick, but you're a taller guy. They make you try to jump.
Man,
Guys, I just jump at everything for some reason.
I'll never forget this one game I had. It was my junior year. The opposing team, one of the guys threw the alley-oop to the guy, and I'm really thinking like, oh yeah, I'm about to get this. Like, there's no way he's gonna did it. Out of nowhere, right on my head. And then they called the foul on me too. So I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? I didn't even touch the guy. And they called the foul.
A dunk and one. Those are the worst.
Yep. Those are definitely the worst. Oh my God. Now everybody looking at me like, dang, bro.
But it happens. I feel like with guys, when they get dunked on, they're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it happens to the best of us. Like, at least I jumped. Like, I had a guy open the gym. I threw a lob. I threw an alley-oop. And he dunked on a guy, and the guy was like, at least I jumped. Another guy was like, why did you jump? Like, I don't understand. This guy is springy. Like, the guy that got dunked on, he's a little springy, but the guy that dunked on him is very springy.
Yeah, you might want to step out the way for that.
Yeah, but the guy that dunked on him is shorter than the guy that got dunked on. But when you have when you're springy like that, you can just jump off the ground.
I know, yeah.
And your timing is right.
I've seen dudes 5'5" can jump.
So, yeah. And you think just because you 6'3" and this guy was probably 6 foot, you can jump. It's not a good day at the office for you, boss.
Yeah.
But I felt good about the pass because I threw it in a great position for him to jump. So I feel like my pass could have been SportsCenter top 10. I'm just saying, not to brag on myself, but the pass was great. The dunk probably was even better. But I have never fallen before, Nick.
Oh my God. Odyssey literally tried to like brace herself and like stop it from happening, but then like she just kept tumbling. Oh my God.
And the continued tumble is, I think Sue Bird just planted and fell. Like Sue just fell over. I wonder what your teammates say in the locker room. Have any of my teammates probably got crossed like that? But that's her second time snatching ankles.
That's true.
So I wonder what your teammates say to you.
Second time this week. Oh my goodness. In the same week. In the same spot. Like, yes.
How does this happen? The right elbow? Like, how does this happen? Erica Wheeler, I love her story. So, hey.
It's definitely dope, man. Shout out to Erica Wheeler, man. She definitely worked her way into the position that she is now. I honestly wanted her to stay in Indiana because I feel like if she was still with Indiana, they'd definitely be a better team. But I definitely understand her move to go to LA.
I mean, she had quite a transition, but LA is a place where if you want to brand and market yourself, it's kind of where you want to be. And then Indiana got Danielle Robinson, and they got, they're guard heavy. I think when the Sparks moved on from Candace Parker, they needed guards. I think they needed some more guards, and I think it was a great move for her.
That's
It
true.
was a great move for her. Financially, we know she can't afford it because of the salary, all the endorsement deals and things like that they get. But I'm happy for Erica Wheeler. I really am.
I'm happy for her as well.
When you watch her story, it might make you shed a thug tear too, just because of how far she's come.
That's true.
So, Nick, who gets this eighth spot in your opinion? Oh, you missed that backdoor cut. It's the defense, Brittany.
It's tough, but I might have to stick with Washington, to be honest. I might just have to stick with them. Tina Charles is an MVP candidate, even though the Mystics have been just very bad this year. Tina Charles has definitely been leading the way. I want to say she's the leading scorer in the league. I can't exactly remember. And then also, Natasha Cloud has came along, playing her style of basketball, really playing well, contributing. It sucks that Elena Delle Donne is not coming back, because in those few games that she played, she actually played pretty well. It was it was really showing like some old flashes of her MVP year back a few years back. So, it's unfortunate that she can't return, but I definitely think that Washington will definitely keep that 8th spot. I don't know. It's tough because even though LA will probably win this game, I don't know if they'll get in. New York kind of screwed themselves. Obviously, nobody was beating Connecticut. Especially with how well they're playing. So I guess I can't really blame them, but I think that loss really hurt New York.
I do too, especially when they had it in the first half. But
exactly.
Connecticut is just one of those teams in that third quarter. They go on those runs, and it's just hard to stop them when they're on those runs. And their bench scored 39 points last night. I want to say their bench really stepped up for them last night. Alyssa Thomas was a part of that bench, and if she's coming off the bench, giving you at least 20 minutes a game, that's hard to contend with her energy and the way she plays the game of basketball. They got to be the favorite, right? They got to be.
They have to be. There's no question about it. They are the favorites. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was a little bit concerned, like in the middle of the season, because I saw, obviously Connecticut had the number 1 seed. Everything was working well for them. Connecticut was right there as well. So I was a little bit hesitant. I was like, I don't know. This might go one way or another. But looking at how things might turn out for Seattle, and looking at the way, I truly believe that losing that Commissioner's Cup has really put a chip on this team's shoulder, because I don't know, they just came with a different sense of urgency. They're dominating. They've really dominated every single game. They understand what's at stake this year as far as winning a championship, and they definitely don't want to come short of a championship, especially after coming short of that Commissioner's Cup.
Yeah, I agree. And that Commissioner's Cup was a blowout, and you're like, man,
it was.
Okay, at first it was a good game, and then Seattle just posed their will. But Connecticut's a totally different team. I don't know what the heck happened. They got tapped on the shoulder. I don't know what kind of pep talk Kirk Miller had. I don't know if they knew Alyssa Thomas was coming back at the end of the season. I don't know what went on. But all of a sudden, Connecticut's, 3 games in a row. 5 games in a row. Okay, they're the hottest team in basketball right now. And then Phoenix came along as well. No. Maybe that rest did them some good.
I don't know. But what's so crazy, because I watched their first game back after the Commissioner's Cup against I want to say they played Dallas, and they just dominated Dallas on their home floor. And I was like, all right, they're definitely playing a little different. And then as the rest of the season goes on, I think they ended up playing Vegas. They shut Asia Wilson only shot 1 for 15 in that game, in that last matchup that they played against Vegas. So you definitely got to give credit to Jocko Jones, DeWanna Bonner, Brianna Jones, just definitely putting the pressure on her and making things difficult. So I think that was probably the game where I saw them and I was like, all right, this team is definitely locked in, because they're definitely bringing their A game, but they're definitely turning it up a notch against some of the top contenders. So if they can carry that over to the postseason, which I do expect them to, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just hard for me to really see anybody really beating Connecticut this year.
Oh, yeah. And also, shout out to Dejanay Carrington for having a season high last night.
Shout out to Dejanay Carrington. Definitely.
She's getting minutes. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kirk Miller, for giving her minutes. So you think Washington's going to hold on to that spot?
I believe so. I don't know. It's tough because I don't know, to be honest, because I think LA definitely has a shot, but I don't know if they're going to get in. It's just tough. It's like, even if they do dominate these 2 games, like, will they be able to get in? Okay, so let's say, for instance, the Sparks go 2-0, because hang on. I'll look at the record. So let's say the Sparks go 2-0 their last few games, and the Mystics go 1-1 maybe. Do they possibly get in? I don't know.
I don't think they can. I think they need the Mystics to lose to.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking correctly. And I think the New York Liberty need everybody to lose. So New York needs to win out. And I think LA needs to win out. And I think Washington needs to win out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a weird scenario.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, I know a lot of New York Liberty fans were excited this year, but I don't see them getting in. And it sucks because, I mean, Benajelani's had a really good year. Natasha Howard has came along, you know, has really came along and really helped that team as a veteran presence and as a champion. So it's just unfortunate to see them miss the postseason like this.
They're talking about it here. Let me see what they say. Okay. I know they're talking about it. LaChana Robinson and Angel Gray were talking about it, but I didn't get to hear them. I want to pick LA, but this game right here, okay. I want to pick LA, but this game right here with Atlanta is pretty close. I mean, Atlanta's just down by 1.
Atlanta's giving them problems throughout this year, honestly. I mean, because like even if you remember, I think that game that they had to go into overtime, the Sparks had to come back that game. And they got some momentum because Chrissy Tolliver ended up hitting like a game or a game time bucket to force overtime. So Atlanta's giving them some problems in the past this year.
Atlanta has a lead now, so I want to believe in LA. I might trust the Mystics more.
That's the thing, because I mean, even with their game against Minnesota on Sunday, does Minnesota go 100%? Do you think to get that 2-seed, or do they just say, you know what, you're already in?
I think they want their home court. I think them in Vegas are going to duke it out for their home court for their 2-seed. I think they're going to play all the way through. The only team I would say wouldn't play that hard is Connecticut.
Okay, yeah.
Because they have their 1-seed wrapped up. I think Chicago wants some kind of momentum. Dallas wants some kind of momentum. And of course, we know what Phoenix, Minnesota, and Vegas and Seattle are all playing for. That can shuffle, and I think you want home court advantage. You want to sleep in your own bed. It just feels better.
That's true. Yeah, that's definitely true.
So then you looking at matchups too. They're probably looking at these matchups with these other seeds. Like, okay, who do we match up with best? We know the Clippers did that, and it darn near backfired on them when they did that against the Mavs because they weren't like Lakers. So they're probably looking at matchups as well. But Atlanta is fighting, man. Atlanta's fighting. They're up 1, and this game is getting physical. It's getting all right. I like it, ladies. Go ahead, ladies. I like it. And Atlanta's playing hard. They are playing hard. I think they have this game and another game left. This is their last home game, and they're really playing hard. So I want to believe in the Sparks, but I might, trust the Mystics more.
Wow. So Erica Wheeler only has 1 field goal, and that was that crossover on Odyssey. Dang.
That's tough. That's tough. So they got to win tonight. So they have that on the site. I'm sharing my screen with you.
Yeah. I'm not watching the game, but I'm looking at the stats. It looks like Tiffany Hayes having a pretty solid game.
Oh yeah, she had 17 at half. LA now has the lead. I'm watching the game right now, but LA now has the lead. They're going back and forth. But yeah, Tiffany Hayes has played very, very, very well. She's their lead. She should be the lead scorer in the whole game, if I'm not mistaken. It's a low scoring game too. And Los Angeles is a great defensive team.
So should we talk about Atlanta for a brief moment? Just looking at how they're orchestrated and everything. Because obviously, I mean, coming into the season, I definitely had the expectation for them to possibly land the 8 seed, but unfortunately, everybody knows the issues that came around. The rumors of locker room issues and everything. Kennedy Carter has missed I don't know how many games. Obviously she's not going to be playing through the rest of this year. So what is at stake for them possibly next year? I know we're kind of going off topic, but
we're good. We're good. Ooh. How does Atlanta play it next year?
Because I go like people were killing me, but I was saying Ari McDonald is one of my favorite rookies this year, and she's elevated herself even throughout that first part of the season. Because her numbers weren't that great at the beginning of the season, but she really started to come around. And now I want to say she has, or never mind. I'm not gonna say that she has a starting role because I think she's still backing up Odyssey Sims, but she has started a few games, and she really seems like she's gaining the trust of the rest of her team. So, is that the direction that Atlanta wants to go
I think
with
probably
Aerie?
so. I think so with Aerie and Tiffany Hayes and Courtney Williams. I think that might be the best bet because Courtney Williams is still a young player as
Yeah,
well.
that's true.
So I think that's the direction Atlanta wants to go in. I think so. That mid range is so deadly. She just knocked down a mid range jumper as I'm talking about her. What do you do with Kennedy Carter? We talked about this before the show. Nick, what are your thoughts on that?
In my opinion, like, I mean, I'm just speaking from the outside looking in. It just seems like the relationship has gone pretty sour. Now, I don't know, because, I mean, it's tough because whenever those rumors came about, we see Kennedy's teammates backing her saying, all the rumors are false. Even shout out to Christina Williams as well, who's a great reporter for the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
She was giving out reports, and everybody was saying that she had false information and everything. So it's just kind of tough because you hear one thing and then you hear from the teammates that everything's false, but obviously we don't know what's happened because Kennedy was just suspended and we still haven't heard from her ever since. So I don't know if it's a front office issue or whatever, but it just seems like that relationship now to me is just kind of sour.
Yeah.
So Kennedy Carter still has a lot of value. She's probably I want to say 22 years old or something like that, something of that nature, 22, 23 years old. So she's definitely still young. She shows capabilities of being an elite scorer and an elite leader at that point guard position. I don't know. I mean, I think honestly, if she is on the market to be traded, shout out to Michael.
Hey, Michael, one of our members of Count the Bucket. Also, Nick, breaking news. Courtney Williams just snatched some ankles. So the Atlanta Dream will be tweeting that out.
Oh my God. There we go. A favor for a favor.
Yeah, a favor for a favor. And she slid on her knees. Courtney Williams made Coffee slide on her knees with her knee pads. So Atlanta.
I don't know. The floor might be slippery out there. I don't know.
Oh, you can't see the replay. Oh my goodness. And she made a face.
Hang on. I know WNBA Twitter's talking about it now.
Yeah. Oh, it should be up now. I'm just assuming that Atlanta has got on it because LA got him with the first crossover, but I think Atlanta's got him now. Yeah, the skates. Yeah, Michael. There's been some skating going on in the WNBA here lately, and I'm all here for it. I'm here for it. Come on, Atlanta.
Definitely. But back to the Kenny situation. I feel like she'll possibly be on the market soon. And if you are another one of the 11 teams, you should definitely try to make a push for her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're not, what are you doing? Because I think Kennedy Carter. I love watching Kennedy Carter play. I love watching her play at Texas A&M.
Yes, I do too. To me, I don't know if it's like the equivalent, but it kind of reminds me of the Ben Simmons situation in Philly. Kind of. Not necessarily similar, but it's kind of like that, where, obviously, Simmons in the front office are having issues. It seems like Kennedy Carter in the front office are having issues. So do you bring Kennedy back after what you have seen from Aerie McDonald, as far as a young talent really coming into her own? I don't know. Because to me, in my opinion, like, I just can't see Aerie McDonald being a backup point guard throughout her career. I feel like hopefully soon she will have to have a starting role, if not in Atlanta somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. And the growth of her this season has been great. So you draft McDonald, right? And you're thinking, okay, we got Kennedy Carter McDonald, we got Tiff Hayes, we got Odyssey Sims, we got Courtney Williams. Solid backcourt for Atlanta. Then the Kennedy Carter situation happens, and now you're looking at Aerie McDonald. Every game, she's gaining more confidence.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with that confidence? I think as an organization, this is just our opinion, guys, you have to stick with that rookie, that confidence that rookie is.
You have to. Because honestly, I mean, like, this isn't just, an ordinary player that's just, just giving out good production. Aerie McDonald is showing capabilities of being a starting point guard at the WNBA. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, if you're Atlanta and you see that, you have to take advantage. You just have to take advantage. Like, honestly, it's like, in my opinion, it has to come between the two. It's either Aerie or Kennedy as who you want to go with. Because in my opinion, Aerie McDonald cannot continue to be a backup point guard through these next few years.
Oh, heck no. I didn't know they retired Ty Young's jersey tonight. See, that's what happens when you don't have the sound on.
Oh,
They
did they?
retired her
That's
jersey.
dope.
Yeah, they did. They just showed it. So that was pretty dope. I know they've been wanting to do it, but I think she was sick when they were trying to do it. So Atlanta, she did get drafted by Atlanta in 2008. I watched her play in college, watched her play in WBA. So shout out to Ty Young. She retired this year, but her shoe collection is sick. Oh
Yeah, that's
my
true.
goodness. I'm a sneakerhead and I'm jealous. I'm trying to figure out how to fit all my shoes in my apartment, in my closet. I have 3 closets. I'm trying to figure out how to put all my shoes in those
Oh my
closets.
God. I definitely had that situation before where my closet was too small. I ended up having to keep some of my other shoes at my family's. It's crazy.
I'm out here by myself, Nick.
That's
I'm
true.
winging it.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
winging it. And somebody said, Lord, B. Terrell said, Lord, Courtney Williams sent Nia to prayer service. She really did. I retweeted it. So
I'm about to go check it out because I need to see it.
yeah, she had her sliding on her knees. So man, it's just ankle snatching season in the WNBA. We got 2 in 1 game. I love it.
All right, here we are.
You see it?
Okay, never mind. No, that's not it. Golly, I can't find it.
I retweeted it, so it should pop up.
All right. Actually, here, I'll go to your page and see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should be the first. I haven't retweeted anything else.
Okay, there it is. Oh my goodness.
In the knee pads. You see what I'm saying about the knee pads?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my goodness.
It must be nice to be a fan in the stands tonight, man.
Yeah, you get some good quality basketball.
Yep.
Some great quality basketball, but you can't put coffee out there on the island with Courtney Williams.
Oh my goodness.
The Sparks might pull this out. They're up by 4 with 2 minutes left. 64-60. Here we go. I really want them to pull it out because Atlanta has nothing to play for, really. Maybe draft position.
But man, I don't know why. I just started thinking about the Sparks too, because they've dealt with a lot of injuries as well this year that's really kind of held them back. Obviously Nneka missed a good amount of time. Shanae has just been in and out of the lineup. I don't even know if she's even available for them if they do make the playoffs. But it's kind of like I said. LA's just kind of had different rotations. I think Chrissy Tall will miss time too. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. She's missing time right now too.
Yeah.
And then the rookie from
Alabama, Jasmine. Golly, what the heck? I can't remember people's names, man. Golly.
I don't either. But she's a rookie, and they were very high on her. And she hurt her knee. She tore her ACL, I think, at the beginning of the year. So look it up, Nick. We have to do this sometimes, guys. So many names, so many sports we watch. It's just.
And I watched her at Alabama too, so I don't even know how the name's not coming up for me. I know they do have Arella Garantes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely shout out to her.
Yes.
Jasmine Walker.
Jasmine
Walker.
Walker.
Oh my God. I knew it was something to that nature. But yeah, she definitely, I want to say she tore her ACL.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say. So yeah, that's definitely that was definitely a big blow for them. But yeah, Atlanta's just dealt with, or sorry, not Atlanta. Los Angeles has just dealt with a good amount of injuries this year that really kind of held them back as being at least given a chance of being a playoff contender.
Just think if all the teams were healthy, if the Mystics were healthy all year, if Chicago was healthy all year, if LA was healthy all year. Just think of that playoff race. Oh, Minnesota has been healthy all year, but Cheryl Reeve is an amazing coach. So
Cheryl Reeve, yep. Honestly, just think about that. If you have Tina Charles and Elena Delle Donne all season, Washington's at least a top 2 seed in my opinion.
Yeah.
A top 2 seed. Because you look at it. The last time we saw Elena Delle Donne, she was an MVP. Tina Charles is an MVP candidate this year, and she's already a former MVP at that. Yeah, they honestly they're definitely a top. Maybe not 2, but at least top 3.
At least top 3. I think Chicago is healthy, and that Chicago team we saw at the beginning of the year before they got injured was a top 3 seed.
Oh yeah, without question. Candace Parker just makes them so much better.
Yeah, the offense just flows better when she's in there. And then Quigley coming off the bench and knocking down shots. Courtney Vandersloot's played very well this season. This playoff push, Nick, I don't know, man.
Injuries just suck, man. Golly, it messed up the NBA season this past year, and then now the WNBA season. But
go ahead, Nick.
I was just gonna say, at the end of the day, it's all a part of the game. So
It is.
Can't really complain.
And with injuries, I wonder how WBA players deal with injury when they want to go play overseas. So do they just take their time off? Like Tarasi, I wonder if Tarasi's going to go play overseas or just heal from her injury she's dealt with this season.
I think she needs to heal, but knowing DT how she is, she's going to want to try to play.
Yeah. And the Gumlake sisters, they do so much off the court. I don't think they'll go overseas and play.
Definitely.
Candace does.
Candace does TNT. She does like a few other things as well.
Candace is just Candace, okay? She's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
With people, when you get older, ladies and gentlemen, when you get older, your body just does not respond the way it's supposed to. And a lot of these older players don't go play overseas because they have other revenues of income that come in from doing different things. So they don't need to play 10, 11 months out the year. And that's a grind. Like I saw a tweet yesterday that said a team may ask you, oh yeah, are you available? And then say, oh yeah, can you play tomorrow? Like, it takes 14, 15 hours to get to where you're going overseas anyway. I thought that was hilarious when I read it. So I'm going to, it's between LA and Washington for me. I'm going to go the opposite. You picked Washington. I'll pick LA. Looks like LA might pull this win off. Although their next game might be a little tough. Might be a little tough. But I'm going to ride with LA. I'm just going to ride with it, Nick. What can I say? Who do they play next?
I'm not mad at that. I mean, I want to see LA get in. I mean, if they definitely have a chance. I mean, in my opinion, they're really exciting to watch for me, especially, when everything's clicking for them. So if they end up getting that 8 seed over Washington, I wouldn't really be mad at that either. I mean, you can really go one way or another with that.
Nick, it's so hard for me to choose sometimes. And they pull at my heartstrings. These teams, certain players, certain teams, they just tug at my heartstrings, and I don't know what to do at times. But you're going Washington. I'm going to go LA. But either team can get in. I think the Liberty just shot themselves in the foot so badly last night.
Yeah, it's over for the Liberty, I must say.
I think it's over because I don't think LA loses 2 in a row. They needed LA to lose 2 in a row. And they need Washington to lose the last 2. They need to win 2 in a row. So I don't think it's going to happen for them. Or they need to win out. We should say they need to win out. I don't know how many games they have left. Whew. Nick, this is fun. This is fun. It's now exciting. Next week will be the playoffs. Will have started. So the playoffs start a week from today.
That's gonna be good.
A week from today, and we'll get to see the 5 play the 8 and the 6 and 7. We know the 6 and the 7 will be Chicago and Dallas. The 5 and 8, we don't know. It could be Seattle and somebody. It could be Phoenix and somebody.
I got Chicago winning that series. I don't think it's debatable.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chicago's gonna win that one. Enrique's gonna go off. Alicia Gray's gonna have a good game.
Marina Mabry, all of them.
They're gonna play great, but I think the greatness of Chicago prevails.
Chicago has to.
They have to, because I don't think Candace Parker. She ain't That ain't happening for Candace. Not for CP. Oh,
because remember, I mean, she ended up going out last year as well in the first round against Connecticut. So she definitely doesn't want to go out in the first round twice in a row.
No. I got my faith in Candace. Now the 5-8 matchup, whoever the 5 is, I think will win that matchup. Whether it be Seattle, whether it be Phoenix, because I think those are the only 2 teams that could be the 5 seed. Correct?
Say that one more time.
Seattle or Phoenix, because I think that Vegas and Minnesota are fighting for 2-3.
Yep, that's true.
Okay, so I think it's going to be Seattle. Nick, what you think? I think Seattle's going to be that 5th seed. I think Phoenix is going to get that win against Seattle. Whoever wins the Seattle-Phoenix game, I think, has the 4th seed. And I think Phoenix is hot. You don't have Stewie.
I don't know. Well, actually, yeah, I do know. I think Phoenix would probably get that 4th seed, honestly. I mean, just thinking about it, it's really tough because I don't know what Seattle's going to do without Stewie. I really just don't know. I don't know if I have a lot of confidence in them. I mean, I do understand, they are champions. They do have one of the greatest point guards of all time, Sue Bird. And I know they have an elite scorer, Joel Lloyd. But without your leader, it's a different ball game, especially in the playoffs when the game slows down.
Yes. So what do you do without your leader? Oh, Courtney Williams just hit a 3. Atlanta's not done yet. They're down by 5. Uh-oh. I don't know why it's so difficult for people to get open on the inbounds. You can hold somebody off with half your body and just ask for the ball with your other hand. That's what I do. I just hold somebody off with my body, and if they reach through, it's going to be a foul. So just
exactly.
I don't understand why that. I don't know. Hey, we're okay. I won't get into that, but that's my philosophy. It seems like people just run around, like they just run around like ball, ball, ball. I see a lot of young players do that in pickup games. I'm like, dude, just shield me off of one side of your body. Ask for the ball with the other hand. You should be strong enough to, fight me off. But that's neither here nor there. So this game is coming down to the wire. I think LA might pull it off, but if Courtney Williams has something to say about it, I don't know. We'll see.
I think this goes to LA.
Okay. You think LA just keeps this game? They gotta have to knock down free throws, that's for sure.
Yeah, they definitely are.
If they don't knock down free throws and it's over, it could possibly be over for LA because Courtney Williams is not gonna go out without a fight.
Oh man, golly, it's about to be busy for basketball. W's about to end, or they're about to go into the playoffs, so they're gonna be ending soon, and then NBA starts right back up. It'll be crazy.
How am I gonna keep up with all this, Nick?
I don't know. It's crazy.
I don't know. And then college football's in, the NFL's in.
That's true.
I'm getting to start working NFL games. I'm gonna be a busy woman, Nick.
I don't know. I don't know how y'all do it with all these all these sports, man. It's crazy. I mean, I'm a big football fan, but luckily I don't cover it, and I get to focus my main task in basketball. So I'm definitely happy with that.
Because you got women's basketball, you got NCAA women's basketball and men's basketball coming up in November.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And I'm like, dude, Amber, how are you going to do it? I think I'm just going to probably, since I work for the NFL, probably just stick to that, because at that point the WNBA be over in November. And I can focus on, NFL stuff. Like, depending on what my time looks like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to focus on women's basketball, college men's and women's basketball in the NBA.
That's true.
But I know Philadelphia is a city that loves their sports. So I'll be having the 76ers thrown down my throat every single day.
Oh, I bet. And speaking
thrown down my throat every single day.
And speaking on, since you touched on the women's college basketball, I must say, my South Carolina team is going to be coming back for a vengeance this year.
They always do. You know what I mean?
They need to.
Dawn Staley she just knows what to do. Okay, she just knows what to do. And I really think they probably are the favorites to win it all.
They have to be. They have to be this year. I mean, shout out to Stanford. I know Stanford's going to be coming back.
Yeah,
this year. I mean, obviously UConn.
Connecticut. I think Baylor might have a chance. Kim Mulkey's no longer the coach, so she moved on to LSU. I wonder what kind of recruiting she's going to be able to do at LSU. That might be pretty interesting to watch.
That would be interesting. But my girl Zaya Cook, Aaliyah Boston, and them, we got some answers. We got some answers.
I think South Carolina, if they can solve their spacing issues, because I think they had spacing issues last season.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Because their shooting, their outside shooting wasn't all that great. If they can solve their spacing issues, Destiny Henderson played very well for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think she had a coming out party in the NCAA tournament, knocking down shots.
Yeah, she did.
They can solve that spacing. They're going to be very dangerous. We know UConn can space the floor because they have shooters.
Yeah, and Gino's just like a magician when it comes to that, just being able to put his teams in the right position. But I don't know. I mean, I understand UConn is coming back, but I don't know. I don't know if the championship goes to Paige. I don't know.
Paige is gonna be hungry, man.
She is. She's definitely gonna be hungry, especially with the way Arizona locked her down last year in the tournament. Oh yeah, she's definitely gonna have to come back stronger.
Does Arizona have a chance? You think? Maybe.
I think so.
Okay.
I think
they lost some key players.
They definitely did, but obviously, you got to give credit to Adia Barnes. Still, like a really good coach right there. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they make the championship game this year again, but I think they can make some noise in the tournament.
I'm gonna have to watch as much as I can, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to watch.
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough for me because I have to keep up with both sports, and they all want to play in the fall and the winter and bleed into the spring. True. Oh, Nick, my eyes can't handle it. What am I gonna do? I have all the sports channels. Shout out to my job for giving me YouTube TV free for 6 months. So I can cut off Hulu Live. I have to pay for that for 6 months. Yes.
That is dope.
Yeah, the NFL just partnered with YouTube TV. So they sent out a mass email and gave us a code, and we get 6 months of that for free.
Just 6 months, man? Yeah, really.
I'll take 6 months of saving $75 a month.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? I'll take any way I can get it. And then they have this bundle for YouTube TV where I can bundle like HBO. We already have HBO Max Stars and Showtime, but they have a bundle on YouTube where you can save like $5. You can bundle it all together. So I did that too.
That's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal.
Just to do it. But it looks like the Sparks pulled it off. So I can now watch football. The Sparks have pulled it off. They have won. Atlanta, they don't really have anything to play for, I don't want to say, but other than pride and draft position. So if Atlanta gets top 2 or 3 pick next season, which I think might, I'm trying to think of who the top 25 picks look like next season for WNBA.
It'll be tough.
I know that small forward out of Baylor or power forward out of Baylor. What's her name?
Ah, man, I can't even remember. Honestly, like I'm gonna have to look at the class of 2022 for women's basketball and really see like who's like some of the top players and who's really up there as far as like being a high draft pick.
Okay, I mean, look, I know her name. Goodness, why can't I think of her name? Melissa Smith.
Oh yeah, duh.
I think she'll be a top 2 or 3 pick in next season's draft. In next year's draft. I know that for sure. I know that for a fact. Now,
they do got Ryan Howard as well.
Oh, Ryan Howard too. So Ryan Howard and Alyssa Smith. There's another one that I saw, and I can't think of her name. But we'll get into that.
Definitely.
We'll get into it when the time comes. But those two, I think, will be top picks. But I was wrong about top picks last season. I was wrong about the top picks for last season. I was completely wrong. I knew Charlie Collier would go number 1. But after that, I thought the post player from Oklahoma State, what is her name? Why am I drawing a blank on all these names?
Natasha Howard? I literally wrote an article. I don't even know how I'm a busy guy. Natasha Mack.
I thought she was going to go top 5. And she ended up falling in the draft, and now she's not even on a team.
That's true.
My predictions for this have been so wrong.
But it's tough because, I mean, it's just so crazy how, like, players like that, like Natasha Mack went so low. But then again, Dana Evans went so low, too. She ended up going to Dallas, but then she ended up getting traded to Chicago. And now she's part of their rotation.
Yep. So. And Dejanay Carrington and Dee Richards both made names for themselves and got on rosters and made teams. And they're getting minutes now. So you just never know. You really never know with the WNBA. It's different than the NBA. Like I said, it's a cutthroat 144. That's all there is. The expansion, we need it badly because there are a lot of great players, I agree, that aren't on teams. So we could talk about that all day long. But I appreciate Nick for coming on. Next week is playoffs, so we'll be watching playoff basketball. I got the NFL to watch tonight. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, Nick, but I'm gonna push through.
Definitely got to fight through it. Sports is our love, so we got to do it. We got
to do what we got to do. And working for a sports organization, it makes it even more difficult because I know what my primary job is, right? I have my primary job, but I want to do things outside my primary job. But then again, I want to focus on my primary job. It's hard to explain it. I don't take my work home with me, thank goodness. But there will become a day where I'm going to have to start taking my work home with me. And I don't want that to happen. I want to enjoy my downtime as much as possible. So I appreciate Nick for coming on. We'll be on Count the Bucket on Saturday. We're gonna have some special guests on Count the Bucket.
And also, since I did miss last week, I think it's best if I start out. I gotta give the world my top shooting guards.
Yes, give your top 10
shooting guards because I gotta do it. I definitely gotta do it. And there's gonna be some names on there that might be surprising.
Yes, and small forwards. We're doing small forwards next week.
Mm-hmm.
Nick's going to give his top 10 shooting guards and whatever shenanigans we get into on Saturday night. Also, Nick, we need to dive into this before this month is up. The WNBA top 25 all-time list.
Oh, yeah. That has definitely have to do it.
Controversial.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna just give like my brief summary of it. I'm not really mad at it, but it's kind of tough when there's players like, Teresa Weatherspoon that didn't make it, who, in my opinion, is deserving of it because, the way that she played defense is just top notch. And then there's other people that was left off the list as well. But, it's always going to be controversial whenever, you try to combine the best 25 players that, some people get left out. But I'm really interested to see who they pick as the GOAT because, to be honest, I don't really know who will be the GOAT, to be honest. You can go one way or the other. You can go with Taurasi. You can go with who else would you say?
Cynthia Cooper died.
Cynthia Cooper. Yep.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of ways you can go with the GOAT. And I think if Maya Moore would have kept playing, I honestly think that discussion wouldn't even be.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Maya Moore. You got to come back soon.
I think she's found her purpose outside of basketball. I think Kyrie's the same way, but I think Kyrie's going to play basketball a little bit longer. But I think Kyrie has found his purpose outside of basketball as well. Mm-hmm. And I think that's very important. People don't like Kyrie, and I won't go into detail on why they don't like Kyrie, but I love Kyrie.
I love Kyrie too. Even though I must say I don't always agree with what he says, but I do understand, some of the points that he makes. So,
but you want to know why you understand, Nick?
Why's that?
Because you're a black man, and I hate to say that, but it's true. And the people that don't understand him or like him are more than likely don't look like you.
Yes,
I'll
definitely. But they like the media. They love to play with Kyrie anyway. Because even like during post game, he may say something, and then obviously it gets blown out of proportion and everything. So, I get it. At the end of the day, Kyrie just really wants to hoop, and he just kind of just wants to live freely. So I'm definitely not mad at him for that.
Yes, and when you find your purpose outside of sports, outside of entertainment, people don't like that because they think that all you are is an entertainer. I'm more than an athlete. That statement goes without saying.
And that's what Kyrie's trying to show the people.
Yes, and people don't like that because he is different. And I like people that are different because I know that I am different. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, which is fine by me. I don't give a darn. Yeah. But
also the thing that I don't like as well is that me, like you can have your opinion. You may not like Kyrie as a person, but let's not mix it with Kyrie the player. Like what I'm saying, Kyrie is one of the best offensive players ever. People like to mix it, his personal views with the way that he plays, and I'm like, come on now. Even if you don't agree with him, like we all know that Kyrie is one of the best players in the NBA. Like that's not even debatable.
Yeah, and people find it hard sometimes to separate, in music, the artist from the player, or the artist from the person, the art from the player in sports world. And I don't think that's difficult. Oh my goodness. I don't think that's difficult to do. But when you look at like the situation, like the R. Kelly situation, is so hard.
Oh my God.
You have to intertwine that. I had to delete him from my library when I found that out. We knew what he was doing, but we didn't know to the extent of all the detail. And I said, oh, R. Kelly, you made some great music, but man, we don't know what these artists are doing behind closed doors. We really don't.
Yeah, that R. Kelly situation is, oh my God.
It's just horrible, Nick. But Kyrie's not that person.
He's not at all.
Drag him through the mud. I think Kyrie just loves being black, and I do too, Kyrie. So, I'm here for you.
Like I said, I don't always agree with what Kyrie sometimes says and how he handles situations, but at the end of the day, I can understand. Kyrie has a good heart. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I understand at the end of the day. So whenever he makes statements or whatever, I know it's not like intended to be wrong, but
Mhm.
you know how people are. People just are automatically going to take it the wrong way. Like for example, Kyrie, you can say that the Earth is flat. Everybody's going to go crazy about that. Kyrie
Yep.
says that Kevin Durant is his best teammate that he ever has. People are going to take that out of proportion. So I think everybody just likes to mess with Kyrie, and I think it just needs to stop.
We love Kyrie here on Ladies First. So
I definitely love Kyrie, and let's also stop mixing him, the man, and the player, because people will kill me with that. People are like, "Oh, Kyrie's not good." I'm like, dude, come on now, really?
people just want to they want to feel the way they want to feel, and that's it. So, I mean, I respect people's opinion. I would never drag a person for their opinion because I'm giving my opinion, almost every day of
Mm-hmm.
the week, either on Twitter, on, the platform we
We're
have
always
here on
giving our
StreamYard.
opinion.
Yeah, always. But I will never drag a man for being himself. At least Kyrie knows who he is.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Kyrie has found his purpose, and it's kind of like Maya Moore. I mean, as much as I would love to see Maya Moore back in the league, I guess it more likely is not going to happen. I don't know why, but it just seems like she's at peace now. She's definitely doing something that she enjoys to do, and I hope that she continues to be great at it. And I can't wait to see what she has up her sleeve next.
Yeah, she's at peace. She's married. I'm pretty sure she's gonna start a family. Oh, we love you, Maya. We love you. But if she was to continue to play, if she continued playing for, she's taking what 3 years off, 2 3 years off now, 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She would probably have a couple of more championships.
Oh yeah.
She would definitely a couple of more MVPs. We're just
Mm-hmm.
predictions. She would definitely probably be the GOAT because her accolades are just un. What she's done in a short period of time. There's only one other player that's done that, and that's Cynthia Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Dyke is the only person that's done that in a short period of time. Cynthia Cooper came to the league when she was older, and
Mm-hmm.
she was able to do that 4P with Houston Comets and have all that success. And I wonder if Cheryl Miller got to play in the WNBA, how good she
Oh
would
my
be.
God, Cheryl Miller would dominate, man. Oh my God. Like just imagine the league with Cheryl Miller, Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, and the rest of them. Oh my God. That'd be crazy. That'd be insane. But I mean, just back to the Maya Moore conversation. Even though I think we both agree that she's probably not going to return to the WNBA. But even now, with her stepping away from the game, with her accolades, I think she got to be at least top 10.
Yeah. In
I
that
don't.
short period of time, I think
I,
she would be my top 10.
Because I don't know if like when they did the W top 25, I don't know if they put it in like an exact order or they just kind of threw names out. But if they don't have a list, you got to be at least top 10.
I agree, Nick. I agree. And I've seen some lists in order, and we'll get into this. We'll probably do this at the end of the month, probably, because we're going to talk about playoff basketball, and then we'll do that the
Definitely.
next week on the 30th, which is, I think, my mom's birthday. Yes, my mom's 60th birthday. So
Nice.
blessings to her at the end of the month. I don't celebrate, so I just say blessings to you. I think she's going to throw like a dinner. She's going to have a dinner party or whatever, and I think she's going to go to Aruba next year. And then she's gonna do something for her birthday. So I don't know what she's gonna do. But
There we go.
mom's is looking good. My mom looks like she's in her 40s. Black don't crack. She looks
That's
like
true.
she's in her 40s.
When
People
you
are
take
like,
care of yourself,
yep.
you look young.
She
Continue to
looks
look young.
she looks good. People are like, is that your mom or your sister? I was like, that's my mom. Like, she looks really great. So shout out to you, Jackie. I love you. And I miss you, of course. But that wraps this week's show. I'm going to have to watch football, watch this game between Washington and New York. It is just...
I definitely need to turn into that game as well.
Only one WBA game tonight. We got great action tomorrow night, and we got great action on Saturday. My eyes are going to be so busy on Saturday with college football and WNBA.
Oh, yeah.
And college football, and then WNBA tomorrow. Nick, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty, man.
It is. We're gonna have to really see these teams start scrapping. So we're gonna see like who's really built for this playoff atmosphere and who isn't.
Yeah, we're gonna see who's about that life and who's not, as we would say in the streets. All right, for Amber and for Nick, we will see you guys next week. We will see you guys Saturday for Count the Bucket, though.
Count the Bucket. Make sure to tune in.
Tune in.